Hey, Gary, how are things?
Things are great, but I crushed my mortgage payment with Owning without even leaving my couch. I got a refi at a great low rate, and Owning did it all in less than 3 weeks. It was easy, no muss, no fuss.
Be like Gary. Call Owning at 833-2-OWNING and crush your mortgage payment with today's 15-year fixed refi at 1.5% rate, 1.912% APR. That's right, 15-year fixed at 1.5% rate, 1.912% APR. Even if you've refinanced recently, call 833-2-OWNING and let us crush your monthly payment even more.
NMLS 2611, licensed by the Department of Financial Protection and Innovation under the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act. Subject to credit approval. Call 833-852-6464 for terms and conditions. Equal housing lender.
You can crush it too with a 15-year fixed, 1.5%, 1.912% APR refi.
That's 833-2-OWNING or go to owning.com.
Worldwide on SNY, thanks to Grubhub for all that. I was just turning the TV. I was messing around. I wanted to put the closed caption on the TV to see.
Why?
Because I like messing with the people that do it. That's why.
So how would you mess with the people
Blah,
that
blah,
do
blah,
it?
blah, 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 blah.
Just to see how it's written?
Yeah, see how they write
Well,
it.
how does that work? Is there literally somebody sitting there doing that?
Yeah.
No
yeah.
way.
Yeah. That's
Wait,
how they do it.
there is somebody for every channel
Well, I think you have
sitting
to,
there typing whatever is said on the TV?
I believe the network has to subscribe to the service. So, like when I was simulcasted previously to this, those shows were closed captioned. So I never checked to see if we were closed captioned. It appears that we're not.
Oh, okay, good.
At least on this.
I'd be
TV,
curious how my Bam Adebayo Bam would have come out the other day when I said Bam.
Yeah. I'm looking at it right now, and I don't see it. So who knows?
No closed captioning.
Can't help you out with that.
Sorry,
Did
pal.
people on your Twitter like your Cleveland Steamer nickname idea for the Indians? Or
Well,
no?
first of all, it wasn't my idea, but I have been notified that that name would not be acceptable.
Not be acceptable.
Yes, I've been notified.
So
Thank
we're going to
you.
strike that one from the list.
Yes, I want to thank everybody for letting me know that that is not an acceptable name.
All
The
right.
Cleveland Steamers would not work. Thank you.
Jordan's in Yorktown on the Fan. Jordan, how you doing, buddy?
Guys, how's everything?
Great.
I was going to let you know about the Steamers, but we can save that now that all of Twitter has let you know.
Thank you.
I wanted to let you know that your closed captioning is done by also artificial intelligence as well. So it's not necessarily a person typing it all in. Just like you could talk to text to type,
Right.
it's the same type of AI. So it's not per
Interesting.
person per show. Just want to
Interesting.
Got
update.
it. All right.
Makes sense.
All right, Major League, just wanted to mention, I did watch it the other day on Showtime, so they did add something in, which indicates that there is something that could be considered racist into, you know, how it has listings of nudity
Right.
Really?
and language. They do have a new thing in there that says this could be...
But you know what? I got to tell you, Jordan, I have no issue with any of that stuff because my priority is letting things be the way they were. And if you want to put a million warnings on things, who cares? Like that doesn't impact.
I just think it's interesting just because it's
I got
an
you.
older movie. They edited it.
that's
so
fine.
just wanted to
So
kinda
now,
give
so
you
you're
that.
saying if you watch Major League now, at the start of the movie, in addition to saying there might be adult content or this or that,
Maturity, nudity, yeah.
right?
yeah.
They actually
Correct.
put a warning in for racial content.
Yes, they do something where it's like I don't know what the term is, so don't hold
Right,
me to it.
right,
It's
right.
basically like I guess stereotypes could be it's
Right.
a
Got
stereotype
it.
line. So
Oh,
just
because
wanted to,
I got you.
And by the
Yeah.
way, honestly, let's all be honest. Who cares? Like, that's
Right.
okay. A warning isn't a big deal.
But are they-
The problem is when something is pulled. When something is no longer allowed to be watched,
Yeah.
like what the Peacock Network does to old WWE stuff,
Yeah.
that's a problem. But a warning, that's fake outrage when people get upset about a warning. So if you
Yeah.
want to get
Like,
upset, go ahead, Craig.
what's the warning going to do?
no,
Oh,
nothing.
no.
nothing.
Oh, wait a minute. You mean the first 20 times I watched it and loved it, now I should think twice about watching it again? By the way, you know what movie I wonder if they do that warning for now? Is the original Bad News Bears. I'd love to know if you went to watch that now, if they have a different warning because of some of the language
Oh, probably.
in there.
Probably.
Because there's that one scene when they're at the chalkboard.
Yeah.
When they use a bad word for it, you name it. And it's the kid saying it.
Yeah. Oh, no, to answer your question, yeah.
Yeah.
I think a lot of movies and shows now have new warnings, but the warning thing doesn't matter. It's when something is pulled or edited. That's where I run into the problem.
Surprised they haven't pulled Casablanca off the shelves yet. Right?
So the reason why I was calling was
Yeah.
to talk about Ben Zobrist, but the guy that said Cleveland rocks, he had it right. I mean, the Utah Jazz have basically the same name, so there's no reason why.
Well, the
Cleveland
Utah
rocks.
Jazz though took their name from what
New
they were
Orleans.
New
New
Orleans
Orleans,
Jazz.
New
right.
Orleans,
And for some reason, which boggles the mind, never changed it.
Well, how many lakes are in L.A.?
How many
that
lakes
came
are in
from
LA?
Minneapolis. That's a Minneapolis Laker
Well, there's
nickname.
got to be a couple.
Yeah, but Minnesota is the land of a billion lakes.
A
okay?
billion, Evan.
Well, I'm exaggerating. Hydrillion, actually a number. Sextillion, actually a number. True story. Bottom line is, it's a Minneapolis nickname. It's not an LA name.
They never should have kept it. Right.
I
Although
agree.
it does work
Well, why does it work?
because it's an alliteration.
Well, no,
LL.
It also works because it's been in existence for so long.
But
You're used to
you
it.
always want to go with the alliteration. You always want to go same first letter because it just flows off the tongue easier, which is why Cleveland Guardians just falls flat for me. But that's just me. Anyway. Did
So-
you see the Zobrist stuff, George?
Yeah, so this Zobrist thing, I heard about it on the morning show, and obviously we're all relatively familiar with the story, but the parts that came out, I guess, in the paperwork the last few days are really crazy. I mean, we all know that the wife had an affair with the pastor.
Right.
But now we've learned that the pastor acted as their pseudo-marriage counselor.
No,
Yes.
we knew that, though, when we
Yeah.
did the story 3 weeks ago.
Wait,
that part was out.
Wait, so I just want to, and correct me if I'm wrong, the new part is
Yeah.
that she basically conceded. She was like, okay, I'm going to stick to this marriage and, Christian faith and the whole thing.
Yeah.
They bought burner phones
Yes.
to continue the relationship, and now she still wants half the money.
That's
after
the
all
thing.
this.
Well,
That-
it's not. Well, so here's the thing. This has been out for a while, so I guess you guys are all just late to the story or didn't see it. So there's a lawsuit now because Ben Zobrist's former wife, Juliana, who's a Christian singer and all this stuff, blah, 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 is suing him not just for like half the marital assets. She wants a bonus of $4 million
Right.
because she claims that he purposely walked away from baseball
Right.
and the income he would have made to screw her.
Yes.
But the reality is that, and I've read the court papers because they're fascinating, not only did she have to come clean about the relationship she had with the pastor, who, oh, by the way, was the marriage counselor, right? Now, a lot of guys go into marriage counseling, and they think that the counselor, when they walk in the room, already has it out for them. A lot of guys feel that way. This is that on steroids.
Yeah, you think?
Not only did the guy have it out for Ben, he's banging Ben's wife.
Right.
Not only is he banging Ben's wife, he's also stealing from the foundation.
I know, it gets
that
worse
Zobrist
every
set
time.
up.
Like, everything about this story gets worse. The only thing that was new to me, and maybe I just didn't see it initially, is how she's trying to get his money. Like, that's the part where it's, dude, you've already kicked this guy so many freaking times.
Yeah.
Now you're trying to take more of his money. You've stolen his money from his charity. You were screwing around with the pastor while he left baseball to try to work on his marriage.
Yeah.
Like, he walked away from the Chicago Cubs to work on his marriage.
The guy was madly in love.
Yeah.
And she's banging the pastor. They have burner phones set up so nobody knows. And then she pulls off the coup de grace. She throws a $30,000 party, okay? But in the court documents that I was alluding to, all right, the $30,000 party, which the pastor attended, featured dance music, as many parties should. Wouldn't you agree, Evan Roberts, okay?
Not my party, but okay.
Okay. So at the party, Juliana and the pastor are both drunk. Okay, in and of itself, that's not that big a deal. Other than, I don't know a lot of pastors that get drunk at birthday parties or retirement
Do
parties.
you know a lot of
or any other
pastors
kind
that
of party.
steal charitable funds and also
No.
hook up with the wife of
No.
someone he's trying to help the marriage of? He's a special kind of pastor.
But it gets better. They're at the party, and this kind of reminds me of Godfather 2, when Fredo can't control his wife because she's dancing sexy with all the other men. And then she calls him out, you're no good in bed, you're a lousy lover, blah, 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 right? You never saw Godfather 2, trust me on that, okay? So they're at this party in front of all of their church friends. Now, you have to assume, to be fair, the men and women that are part of this church group are, by sure, God-fearing good people who are living a straight life. Is that a fair assumption?
That'd be your thought.
Okay.
Sure.
So at the party, now Ben Zobrist is crestfallen. He's losing his wife. He's trying to stay together. He walks away from baseball, right? He hires a marriage counselor. He's got the marriage counselor on his payroll for a foundation. The wife's banging the marriage counselor and the pastor at the same time, same guy. They go to this party and they drink to the point of being drunk. And then in front of Ben and all of the other church-going guests at the party, they start grinding on each other to the point where the pastor sits down at a chair near the dance floor and Ben Zobrist's wife hikes up the dress a little bit and starts giving him a lap dance.
At this point, did Ben think something was going on between the two?
He might be the dumbest guy in America.
Well, that's what I'm thinking about. Like, at what point is Ben starting to say something rotten in Denmark? Has it hit him yet?
He looked at a buddy at the bar and said, do all pastors do that? Is that normal out here?
I mean, that's the other thing.
So what happens is the other guests at this party, who are all straight-laced, church-going, God-fearing people, start kind of nudging each other, going, why is Pastor Yawn getting a lap dance from Ben's wife? And that's how the whole thing eventually really.
So that's how they got caught. It wasn't like a text message. It wasn't I left this here. It was they got drunk at a party and started grinding on each other in front of everybody.
And she ultimately admits to the affair and says, you're not around a lot, and I was searching for something.
These two,
blah blah blah.
These two people are They are two of the worst people. I mean, everything about this, the stealing of the money. I feel so bad for Ben Zobrist.
Right?
Now, he does come across a little naive. Yeah. You got to point that out, but jeez.
So he takes a leave of absence from the Cubs.
I remember when that happened. He was gone for a while.
He was making $12 million a year. Because he took the leave of absence, he walked away from $7.5 million. The guy was in love. The guy wants to save his family. He's willing to walk away from $7.5 million. She's trying to use that against him. Like he owes
I'm telling you,
money.
she's evil. Like, everything about this woman is awful.
Oh, it's great. So now, to be fair, he's suing the pastor.
As he should.
Okay, for $6 million for emotional distress and defrauding his charity.
He should win. I mean, how could he not?
Well, the pastor's got no money, though.
He stole his money.
Like, if you think about if your wife were going to cheat on you, okay, it happens, and you had to rank in order the people that would hurt you the most if you found out that they were the ones that were sleeping with your wife.
Pastor's on the Mount Rushmore, no doubt.
Pastor's got to be up there, right?
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
Best friend, of course, relative.
Yeah.
Pastor.
Yeah.
Like if we were doing the Family Feud, we surveyed 1,000 people. Top 4 answers on the board.
I would go.
Show me Pastor.
Show me Pastor.
It's got
Ding, 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 ding.
It's not number 1 or 2 because I would assume brother is probably number 1.
I would think.
Or best friend / brother.
I would think from the male point of view.
Yeah.
Father or brother?
Yeah, father, brother.
Has got to be the worst. And if it's the woman, then the opposite.
The opposite, right. Then you go best friend. And I think third, once you've got past the father,
religious
brother, best
leader.
friend, it's got to be religious leader or favorite athlete. Can you imagine that?
Yeah, but that one's almost like, what do you expect you to say? No?
That's fair.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, if Jacob DeGrom knocked on your front door
what am I gonna
and
say?
said, Mrs. Roberts.
You think I'd be good with it?
And you came home and she was sitting in the kitchen, kind of twirling her thumbs, upset.
Right.
Satisfied, but upset.
Right.
And she said, honey, I want to come clean. Jacob DeGrom came by today.
You think I'd be good with it?
He knows you're his biggest fan. He's really coming to see you.
One thing led to another.
Had a sexy outfit on. The kids were all sleeping. And
let me ask you this.
made love
Let me
to
ask you
Jacob
this.
DeGrom.
If your wife slept with Tom Brady, because that's your guy, clearly, how would you respond to that? Would you be like,
Well,
well,
Tom Brady's not my guy.
Yes, he is.
Tim Tebow's my guy.
You know what?
For that.
I stand corrected.
Yeah.
Tim Tebow is the. You would say, you know what?
Did she find the Lord? Then I'm good with it. Yeah.
Poor
I'm
Ben.
all in. Yeah.
Poor
Do
Ben.
you and your wife have that thing a lot of couples have?
Oh, the one person?
Yeah, a lot of couples have, like, there's that one person, if it ever happened, because it'll never happen,
Right.
if Brad Pitt came over to say hi, you can have sex with him.
No.
You and your wife do not have that
No,
agreement.
It's ridiculous.
You don't.
I don't. No.
Okay.
Do you?
What happened?
Do
With-
you?
Not with Brad Pitt, we don't. No.
No. But you have somebody?
No, of course not.
Well,
No.
Of course not.
Why
Yeah,
would
you're
you want-
stupefied. I do.
Look
I
at
don't.
this. Does she want anything other than this?
Well, look at this. Does she want anything other than this?
Jacob DeGrom. Would you divorce her?
Yes.
Jacob DeGrom.
Of course, it would make it worse.
Would
I
you-
don't buy the theory that I'd be good with it. I'd be upset.
Okay.
In fact, it would be worse.
You'd get over it, though.
Would I?
Jacob DeGrom.
No, I'd curse out Jacob
Let me
DeGrom
ask you
too.
this.
I'd hate him.
Would you become a Yankee fan?
Look, nothing's making me a Yankee fan.
Nothing.
Well, look, Jet makes the major leagues and is a Yankee. I'd root for him, but
Of
not
course
the
you would.
Yankees. I'd root for him.
What if the 86 Mets get in line?
The 86 Mets don't mean that much to me. You got to remember, I was
Oh,
only
you were
3.
too young. That's
yeah,
right.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right. All right,
I respect the 86 Mets.
Just
But
checking.
that doesn't have that same connection.
So if DeGrom and David Wright come over,
no, it'd be terrible.
You
I'm telling you, it'd be worse. Like, I don't buy
because they're
the...
your idols.
Yeah, you love those guys. It's similar to a relative or a best friend or a pastor. Like, if you're making the list,
Yeah.
to me, now, I can't speak for
That's why
everybody.
athletes are not on the Mount Rushmore, because there's an expectation that, A, they would try, and B, 50-50 your wife says
You know
yes
what?
or no.
Here's the problem with the list, that whole idea that people have, that I don't have and you don't have, but people do. It's BS. Because ask yourself this question. You just slept with the woman on your list. Is your wife really going to be okay with it? Or vice versa. Your wife just slept with Brad Pitt. Are you really going to be okay with it? The answer is no, you're not. And you're lying to yourself if you say, no, it's on our list, we're good. It's BS. You know I'm right,
I
Craig.
wouldn't want to ask any questions. That's all. Did he tell you what movie he's doing next?
Can I get a cameo?
I once asked, what's his name, the actor and director, Billy Bob Thornton. I once asked Billy, he was doing a new movie, and I said, is there a part in it for a attractive, bald, white guy, right?
Did he say that's me?
He goes, you got $12 million? Like, that's what it would cost to finance his next film. Like, I don't. He goes, no, I don't. Sorry. Real quick, here's George in Wantagh. He's pissed about last night's Yankee game. Georgie, what do you got?
Yes, I blame Aaron Boone, and I'll tell you why.
Well, hold on a
Isn't
second
it-
now, and let me just
Can I
take a...
finish?
Hang on one sec, Georgie. I just want to take a vote of the guys. Do you want to hear why he blames Aaron Boone? Tommy, yes or no?
No.
Oh, that's not nice. Big Mac, do you want to hear why George blames Aaron Boone?
Yeah, let's hear it.
A vote for yes. George, you're halfway home.
Okay.
Evan Roberts, do you want to hear why George blames Aaron Boone?
Because I blamed Aaron Boone for a few things, there is a curiosity of if George is
Yes
agreeing with
or
me.
no?
I'm giving my damn reason.
We don't
so
care.
you pipe that. Well, maybe some people can.
Yes
Maybe
or
George
no?
cares.
Can I please tell you?
This poor guy's begging.
Okay, in that case, yes. Go
My
ahead.
reason is yes, because I'm curious. Is it going to be a Fugazi reason, or is it going to
No.
be some? Well, you know what, George? Let's find out. What's your reason? Go.
Sessa pitched one inning. Sessa. He got 3 batters out with 5 pitches. And instead of letting him try the next inning, he brings in Chad Green, who blows the game.
Yeah, I think it's Fugazi.
Yeah, Fugazi.
Fugazi. Sorry, pal.
Wow. George, I'm with you, buddy.
No, you're not.
George, I feel your pain for the loss last night, and I think what you just said is dead on.
No,
and
it's not.
I'm sorry that these animals didn't want to let you speak today.
Yeah, keep Sessa in.
Keep Sessa in.
Craig, you didn't think that.
I think he
That's
keeps
what
Sessa in.
Yankee fans have been clamoring that for the last 3
no.
years. Everyone loves Sessa.
C-Mac, this is the
Gotta have Sessa pitch the game.
There's first guesses and there's second
Good
guesses.
Lord.
My criticisms of Aaron Boone earlier in the show were all first guesses. This is what I thought at the time, right? There is very few, if any, Yankee fans who, despite how economical Sessa was, actually wanted Luis Sessa to pitch the 9th inning when you had Chad Green rested and ready. And rested, I mean he didn't pitch the night before. So that is the definition of a second guess. My criticisms are all first guesses, things I thought in the moment. Craig is lying on the radio if he actually thought in the moment to keep Luis Sessa in the game.
Who said I
Craig,
did?
You just said you agreed with him.
No, I didn't. He said it. I just want to make the older man feel good about himself calling into the show because you guys have no respect for older people. I didn't even know Sessa pitched last night. Oh, boy.
I was waiting for that.
He only threw 5 pitches.
Yeah,
You
you
probably
bet you-
missed it.
I went to the bathroom once. All of a sudden, it was in the next inning already. No, I'm just kidding. I did not think. It didn't dawn on me that he would come in for the ninth because Chad Green's sitting there.
This
course.
is a first guess. This is the ultimate second guess.
Yeah, but that's
And-
what fans do. He's entitled to be
but
pissed.
Look, you have a right to do
Now, how
whatever
do you know
you
that
want.
guy's sitting there eating Cheetos going, only do 5 pitches. Why doesn't Sessa pitch? Why? He might have said that. You
Look,
don't know.
I'm sure there may have been a person or two to say it, but that reeks of the ultimate second guess. And I think when you watch a game, if you want to be fair with yourself, it's what did you think in the moment? Like, what were you thinking?
Yeah. And it's not only that. If he brings back out Sessa and Sessa blows it while Green is warming up in the
he
bullpen,
gets buried.
he gets killed
Of course he
for
does.
it.
The other things Evan brought up earlier today, I think, are better things to argue.
Of course.
Not walking
Thank
the
you.
third batter that Cisco,
Krisky play.
whatever.
And not using
Right.
Gary Sanchez as a pinch hitter,
Especially when he told us that he was available.
Right, especially in a spot where Rob Brantley, who's not a major leaguer, is up. Even if they walk Gary, and I want to let it be known, yes, I know they would have walked Gary, but now you got 2 on for Greg Allen. Who would you rather have up in a big spot?
I got a better
Rob
question for
Brantley
you.
or Greg Allen?
I have a better question for you.
Yeah.
DJ, at any point you think that Gary Sanchez would have stopped any of those pitches if he were catching?
Yeah. I think Gary's been better defensively.
Maybe you bring Gary Sanchez in and put him behind the plate. You
Well,
get him in. Right?
Look, I don't think anybody
Pinch
thinks of
hit,
Gary.
go.
let him
Yeah.
catch the ninth and
Now
10th
he's
inning.
come full circle. Where's Gary behind the plate? This other guy's killing us back
Just
there.
saying.
But in fairness, Gary is only catching because he pinch hit for Rob Brantley. You're not putting him in for defense. Like, no one is suggesting that. It's more, I'm using his bat, and because I used his bat, he has to stay in the game and catch.
Yeah.
With that said, the way Krisky was throwing the baseball, Johnny Bench wasn't going to save his ass.
If you're Ben Zobrist, would you film yourself making love to like a gorgeous, hot Instagram model and send it to this woman, to your ex-wife?
Would it do
and
anything?
And just say, I'll be just fine.
Would it do anything, though? Like, would she even be bothered by it?
I
She's
think
so
so.
happy screwing around
I
with
don't
this
think
pastor.
so.
She may not
I tell you
care.
what, she's happy banging the pastor while she's living in a multi-million-dollar house with a guy that's not home half the year. All of a sudden, when that guy dumps you or you get divorced, and now you're living in the little split-level house that the pastor's got, and there's no money coming in, all of a sudden, it ain't that pretty.
Then maybe it's not a bad idea.
It ain't that
Ben's
pretty.
won multiple championships. I'm sure there's an Instagram model in that city, Kansas City and Chicago, that would say, you know what?
No doubt.
You got it, Ben. I'm going to do it for you.
That's right. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
How else does he get back at her? Bang a rabbi? Like, you know, there's nothing else he could do.
Bang a rabbi. Yes, that's the ultimate revenge.
Yeah. I told you about that rabbi where I grew up.
Yes,
My
you did.
buddy's dad was unfortunately passing away from a long time sickness.
Yeah, that's brutal.
And he came in to comfort my buddy's mom and wound up sleeping with her.
Well, the
And
worst
as
part
soon as
about
the guy
that story
died,
was that he dumped her.
he was out.
Yeah, like the sleeping with her was bad, right?
Yeah.
But what made it worse to me is when you said, and then he dies, or she dies, or he dies.
Week later,
and
packed his
then
bags.
he leaves.
That's
like,
it.
wait a second. You're leaving
Yeah,
her?
that's
Right,
right.
now? In this moment?
We were
Brutal.
a really, really reformed group of people.
Yeah, very reformed.
Yeah, we didn't even eat matzah on Passover. We just had Wonder Bread and smushed it down. Oh, I used to love Wonder Bread. That was the best, right? You never ate Wonder Bread, did you?
Maybe. I don't
Yeah.
remember.
No, you would know.
It's still out there.
Yeah, but it's not like it was back
Why
in the
would
day
I
because
remember Wonder Bread? It was just bread.
because Wonder Bread used to have little cards on the inside of like superheroes and athletes
Wait,
and
weren't
stuff.
they the ones with the red dots and the yellow dots?
Like,
and the blue
rainbow dots on it,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
red-
I
yeah.
remember it.
Yeah?
I don't remember cards being in there.
Yeah. Oh,
No,
yeah.
really?
Yes.
Are you-
Yes.
am I
Back
remembering?
way
Oh, yeah,
back
sure.
in the day.
Back in the day when he was a kid.
Back in the
Oh,
day.
Way back.
This
in
is
the
another.
back.
way. When
I
you used to
get
have to
it.
crank the engine to get to the store.
No.
Yes, this is an old
Yeah.
guy conversation
Listen,
again from
that's
Greg
right.
Carton. 60 and over talk with Craig Carton.
Almost
It's
not
brought
there
to
yet.
you by Viagra.
See, you don't remember having a milkman.
No, I don't.
You never had a milkman.
I didn't have an ice box
I've
either.
had
I
a
never had an
milkman.
ice box, but I had a milkman. You did too.
I had a milkman recently.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
Twice a week you'd come by, 4 bottles of milk would be left outside your door, and you had to come get them in time.
Did you walk 9 miles in the snow to go to school every day?
6.
6. Gotcha.
Uphill,
6.
both ways.
Barefoot. No jacket.
Did you used to listen to sports with a transistor radio under
Turn
your cover?
off my lawn. That's right. I do remember late at night going to bed, putting on the old transistor radio.
I knew it.
And hearing KMOX from St. Louis. Hearing 3WE from Cleveland, Ohio. And then, of course, Steve Summers and Jody Mack. And Steve Fredericks. You probably remember Steve Fredericks.
I don't remember Steve Fredericks.
Steve Fredericks did some shows on The Fan as well. He was a Philadelphia legend.
What was that?
87, 88.
Nah, I'm too young for that.
Yeah, Steve Fredericks.
That's the real birth of FA in 87.
Yes,
I was 4 or 5 years
that
old.
That was Greg Gumbel.
Yeah.
That I told you the story about what's his name?
The guy from Cleveland.
No,
Pete Franklin.
that was Pete Franklin. No, not Pete Franklin. What's the boxing guy from ABC?
Oh,
Lampley.
Jim Lampley.
Jim Lampley.
So Jim Lampley did mornings here.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is when we were still in Queens, right? So there's all this construction going on in the building that we were in. We were in the same building, for those of you that don't know, where they filmed The Cosby Show. And we're, to this day, they
Sesame
still film
Street.
Sesame
That's
Street,
the
right?
headline. Sesame Street, man.
So Jim Lampley's doing mornings. And Jim Lampley decided that he refused to go to the bathroom in the building because of all the construction. There was dust everywhere. He didn't want to be a part of it. So when he had to go to the bathroom, he would literally walk down these 2 long corridors. You remember them.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me. Go to an elevator, go up a couple floors because we were in like a bomb shelter basement. He would then walk outside. He would walk a full block up to the right and then cross the street to go to what was known as the Cup Diner. And he would go to the bathroom in the Cup Diner bathroom, which at the time also wasn't the cleanest bathroom in the world. But at least they were a restaurant, right? So that might take him 20 minutes. And he wasn't running either direction.
He was taking his leisurely time.
He would take his time. He'd go to the bathroom. He might buy a coffee there, buy a paper, whatever. He would slowly walk back. They would do a sports update. Right, whatever they do, okay?
Now, that's ESPN. That's not the fan.
Whatever. What's the 2020 sound thing?
No, that's Sports Center
You play
2.
the
Hold
old
on.
school 2020
Yeah,
sound.
what's that sound again? I forgot.
2020
No, that's the jingle. It's the background music. What was the
Whatever
background
it
music?
is, it doesn't matter. So he would take
We don't
his
use
time.
it anymore.
We don't really
but
have
it was
it.
old school.
He would take his time and
Find
walk
it in
back.
the archive. Come on.
Okay?
The archive.
He would walk back.
Yes.
And they'd play as many commercials as they could play. And then there was nothing left for they couldn't fill the time. So they would do another update.
Mick would be
And
back.
there was no telling when Lampley would get back to the studio.
That's crazy.
And that's how WFAN started. That is a
I
true
wonder
story.
why it didn't get huge ratings at the beginning.
There you go. Well, there's nothing local about it either.
No, that was the biggest problem.
Yeah,
Yep.
there's nothing local at all about it. But I remember as a kid, Steve Fredericks was the first voice I heard on WFAN, and Jody Mack was the second.
Yeah.
Mack at the track.
Oh, my favorite Jody Mack was he did the wrestling hour at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Do you remember that, or are you
I
just
remember
guessing?
of it. I remember of it.
Oh, it was awesome.
Because I wasn't a wrestling fan.
I know, but it was great. I found an old one on YouTube of Jody Mack and his wrestling expert previewing WrestleMania 8 and guessing what they thought the matches were going to be. And it was awesome. I was glued to that for 20 minutes.
There you go. 877-337-6666. We'll get that Ricky Henderson story, I promise, and all your other calls. Plus, the worst loss of the year for the Yankees. And now you have Garrett Cole. And while he's been money good the last 2 games, now it's on, right? Now the pressure's on him every start because you can't lose a game like last night, come back, lose again tonight with Garrett Cole, and think you're going to be good enough to literally make a run, legitimately make a run to the division title. Forget about the wild card for this particular weekend. This is a must-win game for the New York Yankees tonight.
Oh, whipping out the must-win card.
It's must-win because
I
it
love
gives you
that.
a shot to still win the series, right? If you go 3-1 against the Red Sox, you feel really good about it.
Yes.
Right?
Must-win game.
You have to win tonight.
Must win. If they lose, pack it up. Don't even watch this weekend.
And by the
they
way-
lose tonight, just shut it down.
Shut
We
it
will
down.
never talk Yankee baseball
No,
again
I
the
didn't say
rest
that.
of the season because the season's over.
They won't win the division.
No, I agree.
I turn all my attention to the wild card if they lose tonight.
The attention should just be on winning.
No.
That's it.
It's not how
Winning
fans do
baseball
things.
games.
It's not how we do it.
Because if you win enough baseball games,
Yeah.
you will make the postseason.
That's not how real fans act.
No, that's how you should be thinking.
No, but that's not how real
Obviously,
fans
from
act.
hold on a second. Let me just get this straight. You're going to give me a lecture on what real fans
That's
do?
right.
You?
Yeah.
Mr.
I'm the realest fan in here.
Mister, I'm going to reveal my fandom for 2021.
That was just to keep people happy.
You?
Yeah.
You're
That's-
going to tell me about fandom?
That's right.
You?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right.
All right.
How many Yankee games you been to this year? La, la, la.
I've been to one Yankee game and one Met Yankee game. How many Met games have I been to? Ask me that.
How many? You've been to more than just one Yankee game.
No, just opening day.
That's the only, other than the Yankees Mets, only Yankee game you went to?
Yeah. And then Yankees Mets.
So you couldn't live with yourself if you missed Yankee opening day. Talk about fandom.
That's what you're going to use against me? Because I actually go to games? I also went to a Knicks playoff game. Does that mean I'm not a real Nets fan?
Bah.
Okay.
It's Carton and Roberts on The Fan, WFAN, WFAN-FM, and WFAN.com.
Not sure if I need one.
I was going to say, you're pretty informed and up on these
Yeah.
things. You were breaking down all the body parts of the cow earlier.
Always good to have an extra brain next to you. But if you want to be egotistical and not bring in a consultant, that's on you, Craig. I respect
I've
your
got
decisions.
some legitimate, like, top-notch offers to
Then-
be my my consigliere.
Then you
Any
would be-
butchers?
Well, Parati's going to be there,
So what do you need anyone
but
for?
he can't be. He's got to be neutral. I think.
Then you would be foolish not to bring in a brain.
Because he's the guy that's going to actually, cut the meat down to all the different, cuts and whatnot. So I think he's got to be neutral in this, don't you think?
Yes. He
Yeah.
probably won't be. He'll side with you. I'm
Well,
used to
he's
that,
my
and that's
buddy.
okay.
But no, he's
I understand.
you know me, and you got your father-in-law with
Well,
you.
my father-in-law, that's why you can bring in whatever expert you want.
Yeah.
I am confident in my general manager.
You want my brother? He's an amateur chef. He knows meat. He'll break it down for you.
I don't think I need a If
Well,
you
I'm
want to
just
have
saying.
him, why don't you use him?
That's a good idea.
You should use him.
Yeah, why are you offering him to Craig?
That's a fair
I
point.
mean, if your brother's that good at knowing meat, he should be your consigliere.
Good point.
And once, if it's not chorizo, I'm not worried about your help over there. I'm good.
Wow.
I'm all good.
Oh, it's on.
I sound like Donkey Kong.
We are going to
The
school
only
you.
meat he's ever sent me is chorizo.
Yeah?
He's never sent me a T-bone.
But you don't have to know his expertise.
Well,
I
I don't.
do. I
Okay.
trust him. He's my GM. He ain't your GM.
Good.
So I got the full confidence.
Is Jen on the line, by the way? So she's on the line right now or no? Oh, there she is. Oh, I got it right here. So September 23rd is our comedy event over at Gotham. So we're now starting to bring in, who's going to be on the show that night? Who's going to do stand-up that night? So supposedly Jen Sturger does stand-up comedy. But I don't know if that's true
What does
or
that mean,
not.
supposedly?
Well, I figured let me call her up and find out if she really does it. Someone told me that she does it.
So you're not sure if it's true or
I
not?
want to confirm that she really does stand up.
I understand.
And if she's willing to, come to the East Coast and do it, I don't see why we wouldn't put her on the card.
Right.
Right? She's a well-known person. Here's Jen Sturger right now. Jen, how you doing?
Fantastic. I was really nervous that you were bringing me on to ask me to examine some meat. And I was like, wow, Carton, that's where my team is at. I really appreciate it so much.
But I've matured so much since we last saw each other.
I can tell, honestly. You're an entirely different person.
Yeah.
Just
And if I was going to have anyone in your family examine my meat, it was going to be your husband, not you. So we're all good, okay?
Jesus, Carton.
Now, here's the question. Someone on Twitter said to me that you actually do stand-up or have done stand-up. And I figured, let me call you.
That is a rumor, yes.
So
I might have done that quite a bit.
Pardon me for asking this, but were you any good at it?
Yeah, I'm actually pretty good at it. People don't realize, I made this transition into comedy as a way of essentially dealing with all of the stuff that I dealt with when I lived in New York. It was my coping mechanism,
I get that.
So when I got out of sports, for the most part, I actually started getting writing gigs on Comedy Central shows and stuff like that. So,
How about that?
I do stand-up. I did the roast battle out here in Los Angeles quite a bit.
Okay. All right, so here's the deal.
Jeff Ross told me I was delightfully effed up, and he had no idea where I'd come from, but he loved me.
Jeff Ross
so,
is the king of roast. For those that don't follow roast or local comedians, he's the best. All right, so here's the deal. If you guys happen to be in the East Coast, September 23rd, I got a spot for you.
I think I can make that work, especially at Gotham. I really enjoy that club. So.
All right, so consider it done. You're on the card. We'll talk more as it gets closer. Just confirm for me when you can that you guys are going to come east. And all good. You'll be a part of the show. We'd love to have you do it.
Oh, that's awesome, Carton. I'm really looking forward to
Now,
it.
what are you like the type of comedian that says, so I was at the supermarket earlier today, like a storyteller comedian, or are you a different type of comedian?
I think I like to draw a lot from my own personal experiences. So, like, lately on stage, I've actually been addressing the elephant in the room because I've never really talked about that situation on stage before.
Wow. I would thought that you would avoid that, but I gotcha.
Yeah. I just finally decided, I was like, after a decade of hearing everybody's tired, joke material about, for lack of a better word, meat, I was like, you know what? If anyone is equipped to tell this joke, I think it's me. And I'm like, I have to confront this head on. So I've actually been doing a lot of, testing out a lot of new material out here in Los Angeles.
And you know what else I think? By you doing it, you take all the power away from it being used against you, too.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Like, if you can make fun of the situation all these years later, that means if I was going to try to bust your chops for it, I can't because you're already doing it.
Exactly. You wear it like armor and no one's going to be able to use it against you.
I agree with that decision, by the way.
That's how I roll.
All right, great. So we're going to have penis jokes on September 23rd. That's what I'm talking about.
Don't give away all my material.
All right, listen. Now, I'm going to call Cody and ask him if he thinks you're funny. So hopefully you guys have already had that conversation.
Cody will say I'm funnier than him. That's what he'll say.
All right. Well, listen. Good to talk to you. You're in. Consider it done. We'll communicate as we get closer. But love to have you be a part of it. I can't wait to hear the act for real.
Sounds great, Carton. I can't
be good,
wait
Jen.
either.
There's Jen Decker now, but the former Jen Sturgeon.
So the card is
Cody's
now being
wife.
built. We've put together how many acts now? We have her.
Relax with all that. We've got some guys that are
nothing official yet, though.
Percolating right now.
Okay.
We got some percolation.
Percolations occurring.
Oh yeah, we're
but
percolating.
Right now, the only thing officially booked is Jen and
Jeff Norris.
Oh, Jeff Norris.
Jeff
is
Norris
confirmed?
is in. Confirmed.
All right.
Locked.
Jeff Norris. A minute of me. 5 minutes of Big Mac.
Yeah, but I've reached out to a bunch of people, and there's I reached out to Joey Vega, who opens for Mark Anthony and Chris Rock, and has performed at the Garden.
I understand. I'm just talking about what we
reaching out
have
to
now.
Jim Norton this weekend.
No, hold on. I'm just saying what we officially have, not what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
I sent an email to Kevin Hart. I'm not going to bring it up. What the hell does that mean?
We have a connection to Kevin Hart as well.
Well, you're using it?
Some of these things are delicate.
Okay.
All right? I reached out to Bert Kreischer. I told you.
Yeah, but the reaching out means nothing. It's what do we have?
Michael Shea's already gotten back to me.
No, I heard that.
Yeah.
He's considering it.
I'm
or if
calling
he's got free time
Frosty
or
over at
something?
CAA later today, who represents most of the comics. Al's reaching out to Nick DiPaolo for me. We're good, man.
Okay.
We're going to have a great night of comedy to support our veterans.
Damn right.
That's what we should be doing, right?
Dude,
and now we're going to hear
tell
Brett
me.
Favre jokes.
I know. That's very exciting when you said that.
Oh, that's going to be great. She's going to show a picture of her little knuckle.
You think that's what she's going to do?
I would, yeah.
I would.
All right, CeeLo's here. What do you got, CeeLo?
I actually bring to you some positive Yankee news,
Hold on.
believe it or not.
We should find out if we can live stream the comedy show.
We should be able to. Why not?
Yeah, I got to talk to Gotham about that. Gotham used to do a show on Access TV called Gotham Live. Actually, I hosted it once.
Right.
I wonder we got to be able to put this on like live stream.
100%.
Once we sell it out, because we don't want you pulling the old NFL blackout rule deal.
Yes.
Sell it out, then it'll get streamed.
Of course.
Matter of fact, maybe we make it a pay-per-view.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
99 cents.
Yeah, I was
Bang.
thinking. Well, I was going to go $4.99. You're going 99 cents?
Yeah.
$4.99.
That's why you're not opposed to the people.
Why? 99 cents. Why would you give something so quality away?
You know the best part about it? Even if
$4.99.
we did it for like 99 cents,
my
son's friends would still try to get the illegal stream on Reddit.
I know. We could give it for 10 cents and there'd be people illegally streaming it.
All right, CeeLo is here. I apologize. He's been waiting. There's one quick thing, though.
Yeah.
Someone said, and just to finish the one topic we were doing earlier, that the worst guy to sleep with your wife without your knowledge, that you ultimately found out about, a Mount Rushmore person.
Yeah, so
figure.
far we had brother, father, pastor, favorite athlete.
Boss.
Yeah, that's bad.
If your boss.
Yeah.
Now, in that case, it would mean that Chernoff for all these years was sleeping with your wife.
Right.
Now it would be Spike sleeping with your wife.
Spike much more palatable
Is that right?
in
Is that how you look
in
at
that
it?
category. Yeah, I would say so.
Which brings me to this story. I was on TikTok this morning, and I saw one of the great all-time reactions to being fired. So here's the only setup I'm going to give you. It's like an outside manual labor job site.
Mm-hmm.
The boss comes to the guy, and he basically says, so here's the last 2 checks for you. I got to let you go. Just not working out. The guy responds in a manner that has got to be like Hall of Fame worthy. Are you ready?
I'm very.
That's the only setup you need. Go.
Sorry I gotta do this, but here's your 2 checks. Man.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Why?
It ain't working out. We tried everything we could, but we gotta let you go,
All right.
man.
All right, whatever.
All right? No hard feelings, right?
Yeah. Just to let you know, I know the real reason.
What's the real reason?
Because every Friday I go to show and tell and get a lap dance by your daughter. That's why.
You know, I don't need to hear that from you, man. Really?
Well, that's why I'm getting laid off. It has nothing to do with my work.
You know what? Grab your and get off my job.
I am, and guess where I'm going? Guess where I'm going? Show and tell.
Enjoy it,
Yeah, oh, I will. I'll enjoy that fat she got.
Is that where we're going right now?
After work, meet me there, all right?
Wow. I mean, that's the ultimate checkmate.
You fired me because I watched your fat daughter dance at show and tell after work.
And guess where we're going? Right now. Show and tell.
Is that not the greatest response to being fired? No violence.
No.
Didn't get physical.
Nothing illegal.
Nothing illegal.
I'm going to adult entertainment center. What do you want from me?
Interesting that he had the camera rolling as the guy was handing him his last 2
Yeah,
checks.
don't have to try to blow everything up. Yes, it sounded real to me. That did not sound like
Oh, wait, you think the whole thing is fake?
I don't know. If it was fake, they did a great job of selling it.
And
I'll
it
give them
sounds
that.
like they come from Pennsylvania, the accent. It's like a Philly accent. There.
I think the guy knew he was about to be fired.
Yeah, that makes
I'm not
sense.
saying the whole thing was fake, but I think he knew it, so said, hey, get the camera
there was
ready.
friction.
You know what I have for this SOB?
Yep.
Watch. And he had it ready.
Yeah, I think you're
like,
I think Evan's
geared
right.
up. Yeah.
I think Evan's probably right about that. Go ahead, Sheila. What do you got?
We got some good Yankee news, believe it or not.
Good Yankee news.
It actually started at 1:12 a.m. when
I can tell you one sec,
okay.
because Chris in Manhattan's got this Ricky Henderson story I've been waiting all day for.
Hey, guys. I have a blast listening to you. Thank you so much for everything you
No
do.
worries, Chrissy. What's up?
This is a story that I saw. I was down at spring training. Evan helped me out. It was 99 or 2000 when Ricky was there. That was that
Ricky
team, right?
Henderson was there in
2000,
both
wasn't it?
1999
Oh,
and
right.
2000. He
I
got
think this
caught in about May of 2000. Go ahead.
Right. I believe this was one of those 2 years. And by and large, that Met team, a lot of good guys. You know, Olerud, Alfonso, Turk Wendell,
Go ahead.
Todd Pratt. So we're standing there after they had one of their games. There's a long chain link fence. A lot of autograph seekers are there. And Olerud is there signing every autograph with his helmet on. Alfonso, lighter.
Go ahead.
Everything is going wonderful until Ricky Henderson starts walking over with the swagger. Right in front of me is about a 10 or 12-year-old boy with his dad, and they see Ricky, and they call. The boy calls over, Ricky, can I have an autograph? Ricky walks right over to the boy, looks him in the eyes, and says, ask your pops if he has a C note.
He asked for $100.
And this boy looks up and goes, Dad, what's this C note? And the dad has to look at his son and go, he wants $100. I don't have it with me. I'm so sorry. And we were like, that is brutal. And that's what I witnessed. It was kind of awful.
You sure he wasn't joking?
If he was,
Chris, do me a favor. Can you apologize to CeeLo real quick?
Oh, CeeLo, I'm very sorry.
That's quite all right.
You have yourself a
That
great
was
weekend.
the story you
I
were
know you
waiting
meant well.
so
A lot of
long
build-up
for.
there for that one.
I thought he had a better story than that.
I thought he was going to go with the fake John Olerud helmet story. You know, have you ever heard that one?
CeeLo's
No,
here.
John Franco made it up. True story.
Okay.
True story that it's a fake story made up by John Franco.
Okay.
Yeah. The helmet story.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the helmet story.
What's the helmet story?
Ricky Henderson was once quoted as saying to John Olerud, hey, it's funny, I used to have a teammate in Seattle who wore their helmet all the time, too. It was a great story. And everybody believed it. And then one day, you could ask John. I think John Franco admitted No, it was made up. It just doesn't sound like Ricky.
Yes.
That's a good.
Oh,
one.
you like that story?
That's pretty
Yeah,
good.
you were
That's
so
good.
douchey about me mentioning the story.
Well, on the heels of that call, I thought you were yo.
You feel a little bit bad now, don't you?
I don't feel bad at all, but good job.
Thank you.
I should have saved that for your 1 minute at the comedy club. Would've
By the way,
killed.
has anyone got me banana bread yet? No.
Whoa,
Are you asking
the
me?
kind of thing you just get in the middle of the show.
Hold on. Time out. Well, hold
He
on.
gets,
Time out.
he gets a muffin and he wants some
Okay.
banana bread.
Time out.
Give him an inch, he wants a foot.
Yeah.
Time out.
You give
Time
it
out.
Craig.
Again, time out.
All right.
More importantly than that, I know you're hungry. Loogie, have you heard from Susan Waldman yet?
Oh, God.
I'm going to call her after Gretzky's.
Are you kidding me? I asked this guy an hour and a half ago. Ask Susan if she would drive to
And?
Boston to call the
told
game.
you he's not
You
gonna do
said you'd do it at the very next break we took. We took a break, and still nothing?
And I was gonna, but then we had an issue with the Odyssey app.
Call her right now.
Got
What's
a
the
technical
issue?
problem.
I had a major technical
Right
problem.
now, call Susan Waldman and ask her a very genuine question from one of her friends. Me, I'm one of her friends.
Gotcha.
And say, Susan, would you be willing to drive to Boston to call these games? That's it.
Let me get Wayne up. We got to get the banana bread.
This guy.
Dude, if
She
you
might be
honestly-
busy now. I don't know when she interviews Boone. She's
Tommy,
probably at the ballpark.
If you don't, I follow her on the gram. I'm going to send her a DM if you don't call her.
I follow her on the gram,
That's
and I'm
right.
going to send her a DM.
Yeah. If you're not going to step up and do it, I will step up and take
See,
care of it.
that's how Jerry Recco first got the job with us.
How's that?
He was
DMing
willing
Susan?
to do stuff that Carlin wasn't willing to do.
Gotcha.
Just saying.
So,
That's
CeeLo,
how
you
it
want
goes.
to transition into being a producer?
He does need
be
a
a
full-time
producer?
job.
I do need a full-time job.
Would you want to be a producer?
I will do whatever you guys need me to do.
That's the right answer.
Yeah.
Give us an update.
All right. Good news for the Yankees that I've been trying to get in for the last 10
Yes.
minutes.
Yeah,
Good
just be
news
quick
for the
about it
Yankees.
already. We're up against
Quick
the break.
about it.
Come on. It's taking
Brooks
forever.
Kriske, we know, was optioned back at 1:12 a.m. That was good news.
Yeah.
Nick Nelson's back to Scranton. He
Thank
was a mess
God.
the other night. And Nestor Cortez and Jonathan Lowegoyzeta
Nice.
are back tonight
Nice.
from the COVID-19 list. Very exciting.
Were
for the
they?
Yankees.
too late.
They were ineligible to play last night. Is that correct? Like
guess
even
so.
if the Yankees wanted them to, MLB would not allow that.
I don't know. for
I
sure.
don't think so. I think I've been very mixed about this. I think it's if they get negative tests 3 in a row within 24 hours, they
Got
would be
it.
cleared as long as they are vaccinated. And we don't know who's unvaccinated, who's vaccinated. So I think that's the issue.
You know what's crazy about all this vaccination stories in sports now, off the heels of the DeAndre Hopkins thing yesterday, is there apparently, I can't say a lot, but there are a couple stories out there of infighting now amongst guys on the same team.
Well, it's happening
Well,
on
it's not-
Twitter.
Yeah, it's playing
crazy.
with the Bills specifically.
Yeah.
Cole
Well,
Beasley.
one thing I didn't realize until this morning is that if you're a tier 1 individual, and that doesn't include players, we're talking about coaches, we're talking about training staff, you have to get vaccinated. So today, the Minnesota Vikings fired one of their coaches, Rick Dennison, because he refuses to get vaccinated.
Yep.
It's just so stupid.
And the Patriots have a co-offensive line coach who will not be with the team this season either, which is related to the vaccine situation.
I wish, no one should tell you what to do. I get that, respect that, but I truly just don't get it. And I
Which-
don't want to get into. I don't want
which
to get into,
aspect?
you know what? I don't want to stop myself because I don't want to even get into it as a topic because it's
No, but I don't know. You have to finish your
I
thought
don't
in terms
get
of
the-
do
I
you
don't
mean
get-
those who don't want to get vaccinated
Yeah.
or the rules of you'll be fired if you don't?
I don't get why people are so vehemently, adults especially, vehemently opposed to it. But it's a topic that doesn't go anywhere. So let me back off, and that's on me. I apologize. Go.
Couple Mets things here. I'm going to take you back to Wednesday afternoon. Mets took the rubber game from the Reds. Nice, tidy shutout, yes. But Jeff McNeil, of course, left that game in the 8th. Luis Rojas explained.
After he tried to beat that ground ball, or he was just came back, and I talked to him about it because he tried to lay it out, right? And he was a little fatigued, so we just removed him from the game.
So he was
Well,
fatigued.
hold on a second. So
from
he
running
was
out a
fatigued.
ground ball. Yes.
He was fatigued. The Mets
Yes.
had a big lead.
Right.
Now, I don't know the answer to this.
Okay.
And I hope you do. The Mets had an off day yesterday.
Yeah.
Fatigued.
They play tonight.
Correct.
Jeff McNeil should be in the lineup tonight, Craig and CeeLo, because the game ended at 2 o'clock. Well, he was pulled at about 2:30. They had the rest of the day off. They had all day yesterday off. They have most of today off.
They had like 50 hours.
If there's no injury, like it's just literally fatigued, he's in the lineup tonight. Has the Met lineup been posted?
It has.
Tell me Jeff McNeil's in the lineup.
He is not.
He's tired, Evan.
And here is the update
Then
from
he's
Rojas.
No, he's tired.
No, he's hurt.
No,
Don't you understand how much it takes out of a guy to run 90 feet? I mean, have you done it?
Yes.
When's the last time you ran 90 feet
Let's
straight?
go do it right now.
You can't ask a world-class athlete, Evan, to run 90 feet straight and then sit down and rest for 20 minutes. You can't do it.
Okay.
That's not nice.
Ev, you want to race during the break?
Yeah,
we got 90 feet
I
out
can
there.
run 90 feet, maybe not fast, but so Jeff McNeil's
He's
hurt.
the worst runner I've ever seen in my
Last
life.
time, last time Craig had me do this, I put a hole in the wall out.
Yeah, he did. He ran right into the wall.
Legitimately, yeah.
It was like the week we moved into this building.
Yep.
No joke. And we couldn't hide it like many of your throws recently.
Yeah,
No, your throws are the one that
was
broke
not
the
happy.
wall, not mine. My wine were accurate. I can't believe Jeff McNeil's hurt. So he's going on the injured list? What's the deal?
No, they didn't say that. Here's what your manager did have to say about McNeil's condition right now.
He came in yesterday. He got tested. They ran him. It's still a little fatigue, specifically from his left leg. It's the one that's like more fatigue as far as like pushing.
Oh my God! And he's been hot lately. And now, when's he going to play again?
I don't know.
I'm making a prediction.
Day to day. The
I'm making a
performance
prediction.
staff is being very cautious with him.
He's not going to play all weekend.
Great.
Like that's essentially what's going to happen.
Does this have to do with the trade deadline potentially?
No.
'Cause you
Why
saw-
would it have to do with the trade
If
deadline?
he's like, if he's possibly someone that they're maybe going to
The Mets are
move.
not trading Jeff McNeil.
Okay. Well,
No.
because Chris Bryant, you saw the other night, came out of the Cubs.
Well, he
game
was in the lineup today. I saw. The Cubs played an afternoon
His
game.
was specific to the hamstring, and they called it fatigue.
His
as well.
hamstring was tired.
Hamstring fatigue, not a
Yeah.
cramp, not a strain,
Yeah.
not a tear or a pull.
Fatigue.
Fatigue.
Baseball players are the softest, most insecure, sensitive athletes on the planet.
Unbelievable.
Ugh.
DeGrom's progressing though. He'll throw again
DeGrom.
today. That's 3 days in a row
Wait,
now.
is he throwing a bullpen?
It just
No.
says he'll throw again today. I
So
don't
when
know.
is he throwing a bullpen?
They have not announced it.
Don't know.
But they
Played
said he's
catch for
throwing a
8
flat
minutes.
surface, is what
Yeah.
they said.
Played
I
catch
know
for
that.
8 minutes yesterday.
When is he throwing
Played
a
catch for 8
bullpen?
minutes.
That's what it said. Jeremy Hefner under the
I feel
close,
bad for
watchful
DeGrom's
eye.
kids. When DeGrom has little kids that want to play catch with dad, there come all these, like, when Jet plays catch with you,
Right.
you're out there forever.
Oh, yeah, now you're
right?
out there
I know
forever.
you've told the story, like, you're out
Yes.
there for hours.
Hours.
If
Which is
DeGrom,
great. I love it.
If DeGrom has kids and they want to have a catch with their dad, I feel bad for those
8
kids.
minutes, I'm done. Sorry, kid.
Listen, we're only throwing on flat surfaces. We're only throwing for 8 minutes, and then daddy's going to be done for 9 days.
Right.
Isn't it great to have an unathletic father? That's a benefit to Jet that Jake DeGrom's kids can't have.
Like, here's the beauty of being your sons.
Here's the insult. Go ahead. I'm ready. It's fine. I'm used to it.
There's going to be no rite of passage of their dad beats them in sports until they're like 18. And then one day they finally beat their old man in one-on-one, and it's a legitimate event, and you tried to win and played your hardest, but your kid's 3 inches taller than
Well,
you.
you think he's going to beat me at 4? Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not going to happen in your family. Like, your kid one day is going to roll out of bed when he's 12, and you're no longer competition.
So it's going to happen when he's 12.
Yeah, I think so.
Because right now when we play basketball, and that's not his favorite, I block so many shots just to teach him the lesson of this isn't going to be easy.
Okay.
I believe that's what you should do. Am I
Do
wrong?
me a solid.
Yeah. Is that wrong, by the way?
What depends?
Every shot?
Depends
Yeah.
if you're
Most
like in his
shots, not
face.
all shots.
There's a guy I know that when my kids were like 8, 9, 10 years old, and we would go to like the local sports zone to play indoor soccer or football or basketball for a birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
There was one adult who used to come out and go, "Can I go on the field with the kids?" And I go, "I guess it's all right." And literally tried his hardest and would shoot the ball in soccer, like kick it as hard as he could.
Yeah, that's not
And
me.
try to dominate 9-year-olds.
Right.
So there's one party, I think it was Sonny's birthday party. The guy comes out, he's on the field, and it's like, I'm not worried about the kid's safety because this idiot's trying to like drill, headers and, kick the ball as hard as he can. So he scores a goal over like a 3-foot kid, right? And he's like, yeah! And he comes over, he goes, 1-0.
Oh my God.
That's a loser.
And I go,
I would never do that.
That doesn't count.
Yeah.
What do you mean it doesn't count? I go, you're 40. These are 9-year-olds.
Have
Like,
you-
what are you doing? Get off the field. I kicked him off the field.
Yeah.
He goes up to some buddies of mine who are in the corner, like smoking, a blunt, and then drinking at the party because that's what they do. And he's like, "Do you believe Carton disallowed that goal?
Yeah.
Did you see my move?"
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Take that back. To compare me to that is insulting on every level.
I could see you doing that.
I would never act like that. That's something you would do.
I could see you at the Chuck E. Cheese trying to win the Papa Shot.
Have you guys seen the Aaron Judge Giancarlo Stanton commercial?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because it reminds me of that where the reception on Giancarlo's phone isn't good. So he takes what Judge told him as go to a Little League game and hit home runs off kids.
Yeah.
And it's a commercial of Giancarlo hitting bombs and taunting little kids. It reminded me of that.
I was actually surprised he didn't swing and miss at the kid's pitch.
Yeah. Knew that was coming.
Just watch last night's 10th inning at bat and tell me he knows what
he
he's
did
doing.
have a 2-run single 2 innings before that, Craig.
Whatever.
It was a blue.
It doesn't matter. Blue blast, line drive. He had the game-winning
It was a
hit.
1-run single, but whatever.
He had the one. He had the game-winning hit.
The games,
the night before, he had that opposite field bleeder through the right side.
Bleeder.
It doesn't matter.
He's a bleeder.
Line drive, blue.
got a bleeder.
It counts. He had the game-winning hit until Chad Green blew.
Well, let's see. We'll continue in a second. We just got to take a quick break. And good news, MTV Cribs is coming back in August. And did you see Kanye dropped his album yesterday in Atlanta with a live album drop concert? And for the first time in a long, long time, guess who collaborated with Kanye? Big stuff. Jay-Z.
Oh.
That's right. That was in the music world. That he's a rapper.
Yeah,
big deal.
I'm aware.
Hey, Gary, how are things?
Things are great, but I crushed my mortgage payment with owning without even leaving my couch. I got a refi at a great low rate, and owning did it all in less than 3 weeks. It was easy, no muss, no fuss.
Be like Gary. Call Owning at 833-2-OWNING and crush your mortgage payment with today's 15-year fixed refi at 1.5% rate, 1.912% APR. That's right, 15-year fixed at 1.5% rate, 1.912% APR. Even if you've refinanced recently, call 833-2-OWNING and let us crush your monthly payment even more.
NMLS 2611, licensed by the Department of Financial Protection and Innovation under the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act. Subject to credit approval. Call 833-852-6464 for terms and conditions. Equal housing lender.
You can crush it too with a 15-year fixed, 1.5%, 1.912% APR refi.
That's 833-2-OWNING or go to owning.com.